Sofyan Amrabat injured again. This story has been confirmed by the national team coach of Morocco, where Sofyan Amrabat plays most of his football there. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on daily. And don't forget to obviously subscribe, and let's see how everything really goes on. So Sofyan Amrabat is injured. Marcus Rashford speaks out onto his electric form at England. And lastly, we are talking about Harry Maguire coming out and always attacking fans, and this is one of the things that shows you that he never deserves to be the captain of Manchester United. So good morning, and hope you're really having a wonderful stay everywhere you are. This is Rock and David. Abra D is or are my initials. Now, we thank God for the gift of life, and we obviously hope that lots of you are obviously going to be made happy by the Lord. Now, we're having Sofyan Amrabat, and the first person to report this injury was Alayam 24. He told us that Sofyan Amrabat is out of the Morocco team due to injury. He was the first person to obviously break this story, and the reason as to why I went all over social media to search on whether he's injured or not is when I saw them play against Liberia, and they won that game by 3-0, when Sofyan Amrabat was not part of the starting 11 and was not part of the bench also. So I went on social media, I searched for Sofyan Amrabat, and no story was obviously coming up and not showing up. So I asked myself, what's wrong with Sofyan Amrabat? And so finally we got a story the following day that Sofyan Amrabat is obviously injured, and it's really one of those shocking details that you'll never want to hear coming in from the national team that your respective player really plays for, because he is really pivotal in how we are supposed to play. Very pivotal. And to show you that he's really pivotal is that Eric Ten Hag took Casemiro off and left Sofyan Amrabat to play into the CDM role when you're playing Brentford in that game when we made a comeback and obviously won that game 2-1. So it shows you that it's not good news for a player who had a back injury. Now we don't know what type of injury Amrabat is really having, and it's really huge questions in here at Manchester United, because players are really getting injured left, right and center. Now, the manager of the Moroccan national team has gone ahead and obviously issued a statement as far as Sofyan Amrabat, and is known as Gregui. He said, "We will not hide behind absence, because we knew about Amrabat's absence before the start of the camp. He can get injured at some point. We must find a solution. Alternative, we have players capable of filling the void that he will leave." So that is it coming in from the Moroccan manager. Now, if the manager comes out and puts out a statement, it obviously confirms to us that this player is injured. And when he get injured, because when he traveled, he was really fit, and that gets into our know that he obviously got injured when he's playing for the Morocco national team. You get? And it's really very saddening that a player that we need very many times is obviously injured, right? And when you look at the fixture they played against Ivory Coast, Amrabat was not in the starting 11, and looking at the bench, so for the two games they've gone ahead to play into this international break, Sofyan Amrabat has not gone ahead to feature in any of those games. So it shows you how bad it is for us. Why? Casemiro is traveling from Brazil to arrive on Thursday at Carrington. So he's only going to train with the team either on Thursday evening or on Friday morning. That is it. Meaning that he has a lot of fatigue because of the flight from South America to UK. And you'd prefer him to play in that double pivot with Casemiro to build more chemistry in between them, because most of the time you've seen them play together, things have gone ahead to work out well. But Casemiro is going to come in through and play alone in that game, if at all Sofyan Amrabat doesn't pass the late fitness test. So, in the game of Copenhagen, Casemiro is not going to play because he's injured. Sorry, he was really sent off the field of play and is going to rest for a week, and he'll return when you're playing Manchester City. Sofyan Amrabat, unless otherwise he finds himself fit, that's when he's going to put himself in the ilk of obviously playing into that game. On the 29th of October, we are playing Manchester City, another huge tie at Old Trafford, and you wouldn't like to see Casemiro playing that midfield alone. You would love to see another busybody like Sofyan Amrabat, a steady Eddie playing alongside the magnifico, that is Casemiro. So we have every reason to worry about Sofyan Amrabat because the next 3 games are really so much important for our season. They are really so much important for the season of Manchester United. You get, because you are not obviously going to really elevate yourself to compete for the top 4 when in your first 10 games you've not gonna hit to register 18 points. We need to win against Sheffield away from home. We need to win against Man City at Old Trafford. Big game, big encounter, and we need obviously to see to it that this game of football is really won to get United to where it deserves to be. So I'm really feeling bad, but we wait and see what Erik ten Hag is going to tell us on Friday in the presser that we'll see him address on very many cases of the injured players of Man United. 1, Sergio Reguilón, is he back? Yes or no? Secondly, we'll be discussing Sofyan Amrabat. Is he ready to play? Thirdly, Rasmus Højlund coming out and complaining that his back was obviously tampered with in the game of San Marino, and very many others. Varane, Rafael, how far with his injury? Is he going to be available for these games? Yes or no? So it shows you that it's really worrying at the club of Man United, and there is no game Erik ten Hag is going to hate to play this season with his entire starting 11, because Erik ten Hag's dream starting 11 would have been the following: Andre Onana in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, or Dalot on the right back, left back Luke Shaw, central defense Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane, double pivot Casemiro, Sofyan Amrabat, Anthony right attacking midfielder, Marcus Rashford left attacking midfielder, Bruno Fernandes central attacking midfielder, and Rasmus Højlund leading the line. That is it. Now, if you're asked of any game that we played with that lineup, it's not there. So he needs to obviously find himself at least playing with 2/3 of his team available. But even if you're having 2/3 of your team available, when players like Rafael Varane, Sofyan Amrabat, Rasmus Højlund are really doubtful, it leaves the team into a very worrying situation in such moments. So that's why I obviously let you know that this is really a very huge period for Erik ten Hag, and he needs to collect results. That is it. He needs to collect results for the club of Manchester United, and we anticipate that the best is yet to come out from the group of players that we have. But when Sofyan Amrabat is away, you can think of another player, that is Hannibal. He has obviously shown us that he can run in that midfield and obviously provide space for, and obviously close those spaces that couldn't be closed by Eriksen into that role. So let's wait and see how that pans out. Sofyan Amrabat is injured, and we wait to see what the assessment is going to be. Last time they told us it was a precaution, but the precaution kept him out for some weeks, and then he obviously came in to play for the club of Manchester United. Then Marcus Rashford, on whether he's in his best period in an England shirt. He said, maybe for me it's about winning as many games as possible, whether I'm starting on the bench. When it is your chance, you must seize it. Now, he says this after scoring a very beautiful goal against the side of Italy in a game that ended 3-1 in favor of England. He scored the second goal that gave England the first lead into that encounter. So that obviously shows you how beautiful this is going to become, and obviously take it to where it deserves to be as a team of England. But I think the best moment for Rashford was in the World Cup, getting 3 goals in the World Cup when he obviously came off the bench, scoring, I think, a brace, against USA with a free kick and a very well worked goal on the right attacking side of the midfield. That was really great for Marcus Rashford. And after that, he came back with a lot of confidence and became one of the best players in the world last season, So, to me, I believe he's better than Jack Grealish. And that is it, because I think Jack Grealish is a better central attacking midfielder than a left attacking forward. That's why you saw to it that even at Man City, Doku is really going to bench Jack Grealish every time he comes in through, because there is no way Jack Grealish can beat Doku when it comes to what he does. He's a very, very, very electrifying, ultra fast left attacking forward, and he offers a lot to the game that most of us are going to hate to appreciate, and he's really a very good player. That is Jeremy Doku. I really love the way he plays, and all what he's going to hate to put on the field of play, it's really admirable. And I think England don't have a better left attacking forward than Marcus Rashford, and Rashford just needs to find himself into the best form of his life after this game to come through and capitalize or unseize his chance at Man United, such that his season sparks off well, and when it comes to the Euros, when no one can obviously put him on the bench, that is it. So wait and see how that pans out, but wait to see whether he's returning at the club of Manchester United in that electric form that I was going to hate to see him obviously score a very beautiful goal at England. And we want that when you're playing Sheffield, and we should send a message to all the haters that United is fired back, because you're not far away off from even the people topping the table. Arsenal is having 20 points, they're having 20 points and you're having 12, meaning that there's a point difference of 8. And if at all we go on a very beautiful run, it's just a matter of us going onto that and getting the wins that we want. Now, we go to Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. After the game of England, when the fans went ahead to boo Jordan Henderson, and I think him, he said, proper England fans don't boo players who dedicate their life to play and do everything they can do to make this country have good memories and have special moments for them and their families. Now, this is when I tell you that Erik ten Hag was right to dethrone Harry Maguire off the captaincy of Manchester United. How can you say that proper fans? Now, tell me the gauge that you can use to tell a proper fan and not a proper fan. A proper fan can obviously be optimistic and be positive and well going with everything that's happening at the national team or club and so on and so forth. Even a proper fan can obviously be a critic, and that's what we call positive criticism. And the moment you step on the field of play, expect people to go at you if at all things don't go well as planned. Harry Maguire is coming out to defend Jordan Henderson because he was booed when he stepped on the field of play and he costed England 2 goals in the game of I think he costed England a goal in the game of what team were they playing? They are playing Ukraine. The game ended 1-1, and the game of Scotland he netted in his own goal. So that's why the fans booed him. Let Harry Maguire tell us that There is a day he came up and really put up a very good performance, and the fans booed him. So he should really understand that he's only booed because of his poor performances, and that's why he doesn't have the mentality to play at the club of Man United. And I think for England, he has that way out that Southgate is going to hate to create for him, that you can start in anywhere, whether playing at Man United or not, and we're not playing at the English national team. That's why he comes out and talks with all that arrogancy that is really uncalled for. So guys, your thoughts on Amrabat, injured again at Man United, are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Harry Maguire's comment on booing him? And Marcus Rashford, do you think he's really back to where he deserves to be? Good night to those going to bed. We thank God for the gift of life. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rock and David remains my name. And we out. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum.